have something to where you could just have like the space on Google and you don't have to buy an external hard drive? That's what I meant.
You need storage.
Did you just call me a slur? Welcome to another episode of Dots and Lines.
Yo.
Today we're here to talk about a whole bunch of things that have been going on. First and foremost, we're here to talk about nerd things and nerd things only. And we're going to introduce ourselves and get this thing going.
Mr. Stiffles, I am no longer a hater, y'all. I am starting my journey to learning the spirit bomb. Apparently I can't have any hate in my heart to do that, so I'm switching over hate to another more powerful nuke, so yeah.
Hello, my name is Meekon L, your friendly neighborhood Renaissance man. I do all the things with all the stuff.
My name's Grayson Red. I'm a big old nerd, and I don't want to talk about nukes too much because apparently Kanye West is releasing an album tonight. So.
Jesus Christ.
Stick away from that. Did y'all see the album cover? Did y'all look at the group chat and see the album cover?
Yes, I saw the album. I said it. Yes, I've seen it.
Oh, that was me sent it. Jesus Christ, Lord heaven.
Yeah, dog. His fall off needs to be studied.
His gall is crazy. Like,
actually, I don't think it needs to be studied. We can forget about him for a little bit. It's okay to not support Kanye, guys. I just want to tell you, before we get into the fun stuff, it's okay to not like a Nazi. That doesn't mean you're woke. That doesn't mean you're a pussy. That doesn't mean you're overindulgent. It means you're a nigga with common sense. Get the fuck out of here.
Just because he made graduation does not give him a pass to be a Nazi.
Yeah. A lot of niggas did a lot of great shit 20 years ago. That doesn't mean I gotta still give them money.
If they peak in high school, let them peak in high school. Shout out to that dude.
Speaking of peaking in high school, I really want to talk about the shit going on with Spider-Man.
Dog, can you talk about the fucking rug pull? The like all the hype for just one. Sorry, I'll let you go.
I want to talk about Spider-Man specifically. No, I want to talk about Venom, which is related to Spider-Man. In All New Venom, a book which I was reading. Read issue 4. I was like, okay, you know what? This is coming along just fine. This was written by Al Ewing with art by Carlos Gomez. You know what? The book looks great. Al Ewing has written a lot that I love. Immortal Hulk is one of the greatest comic book runs of all time, in my opinion. The Ultimates that he wrote was incredible. I have a giant pop back there of the Lifebringer Galactus because I was so inspired by it. I paid $100 for it because I'm so genuinely inspired by his work. I think he's incredible. I love what he's done over the years. Now that I got that the fuck out of the way, Marvel has him writing some of the most ridiculous slop that's out there right now. Venom is Mary Jane. If you've been on the internet, you've seen that. And you probably thought
the jackpot.
Listen. Oh, she's also currently jackpot. That's another situation. But she's Venom. For anyone who knows Peter Parker's history, anyone who knows Spider-Man lore, she's been traumatized by Venom over and over and over again, to the point that when he was wearing a black suit, which wasn't even the symbiote because it looked like the black suit, she was like, take that shit off. Take that shit off. Venom went inside their home once, scared the shit out of her, tried to eat her literal brains. It's a whole thing. And it's a very big character arc for Peter.
The exasperation is real.
She is currently Venom because Marvel just doesn't really know what to do with her. This is going to tie into what we talk about later, and I'm not going to get long-winded about this, but as a person that was reading All New Venom and enjoying it for what it was, I find it annoying and kind of embarrassing that she is the new Venom, because not only does it really not make the story go forward or it isn't a great twist, it feels lazy, it feels kind of annoying, and it reminds me that mainline Marvel, mainline Spider-Man related anything, for the most part, just hasn't been good. For whatever reason, they're afraid of letting Mary Jane and Peter Parker be together. And because of that, we've had stunted growth, stunted progress for the better part of 20 years, and I'm so fucking over it. I'm going to tell you guys something. I avoided Spider-Man like the fucking plague in mainline because every time I try to get into him, it's redundant, it's boring, it's garbage. It's like that nigga on Perry Street that used to be cool back when we were 15, still on Perry Street, getting older and cornier year by fucking year. I'm over it. Everyone should be over it. And you know what we do with them niggas? We just don't talk to them. But for whatever reason, comic book fans complain about the same book for like 20 years and still keep reading it. Stop. This shit is embarrassing. I know Al Ewing's such a good writer that I know for a fact that he did not propose this idea. They suggested this, and he's a good company man, so he made Lemonade Out of Lemons because it's a well-written book. It's enjoyable, but that being the main focus going forward, at least for a little bit, of the title is garbage. I'm saying this as a person that was reading Venom. I'm not just one of these random fanboys that is just saying shit just because they want to join the bandwagon. I'm a nigga that invested in the product, and the product is now garbage. Stop. Get some fucking help.
Tell
All right. What do you want to say about that, though?
Oof, my heart. What's that shit that they be doing in fucking Attack on Titan when Erwin be talking the fucking scout shit? That shit, yeah, that's what the fuck I feel like right now, dog. Honestly, like you encapsulated it perfectly. It's one of the things that we talked about on the last pod, where it's like they're just doing shit to do shit for the sake of like not even shock value at this point. Because like first for Desmond and for other people that aren't following the story, they teased, we don't know who the new Venom is. Could it be this person? Could it be Luke Cage? Could it be this other random ass person? We don't know. And then it turns out to be fucking Mary Jane. It's like, of course it was fucking Mary Jane. Because he was the only person in the lineup that was tied to like Peter's mythos. And on top of that, it's not even a good like thing. It doesn't add anything to her character arc or his, other than the fact that Venom literally was traumatizing this nigga like a YN in Black Air Forces with a switch for the better part of like 20 years. And it's unnecessary. And especially it's a regression for Venom's character. Because let's not forget all the shit that happened with King in Black.
Yes.
Like Venom literally became like God for a good period of time. And now all this feels very regressive and it feels unnecessary, especially with all the stuff that's going on with Ultimates. And you give us this like a summer event, not a summer event, but like you give us this as like, this is the event. This is the thing that's happening. It's like, dog, honestly, it's a step back. It's a big step back. This story would have been cool maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah, shit ain't fun now.
Hey, 20 years ago before Brand New Day fucked up the continuity, whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But 20 years ago, this would have been a banger of a story. But now, as adults and seeing where the Spider-Man mythos has gone, it's completely unnecessary. They just throwing darts at a board and it's like, all right, dart 1, Mary Jane, dart 2, Venom, make it work.
And the thing is, like, it's not even being adults. It's like I'm so with like childish shit. I'm very with like doing stuff that's like reminiscent of young energy. Like I'm with all that. I really am. I read like a lot of mainline books. I don't only read indie and dark shit, but this just seems corny. It's just corny. It like when she's in the Venom suit, like the reason I would have never thought it was Mary Jane because she doesn't do things that's like I've read enough Mary Jane to know when that's the character. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't do anything that made me go, oh, duh, that's a great Telos Mary Jane. She doesn't talk about fashion. She doesn't talk about any of her businesses. She doesn't like slip out because she has to go to a meeting. It's so left field. I don't like it, and I'm not going to keep talking about it. I'd rather keep talking about things that I do like. But I do want to say this before we get off the subject, because we're already over time on this. Stop buying shit you don't like. I didn't buy issue 5 after I found out, and I confirmed by reading the reveal page. I stopped buying the book. Stop. Y'all niggas got to stop.
Stop supporting bullshit.
Stop. God damn, nigga.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's bad. It's bad. Down bad. Down bad money, one would say.
That's an inside. That's okay. I want to shed some light on the other Al Ewing book that was phenomenal.
Okay, hit us with it. What is it?
Absolute Green Lantern, written by Al Ewing. And let me shout out this young man because I am not familiar with his art, but he did a great job. Janoy Lindsay.
Tag both of them in the comments. Dog. This book is so... Green Lantern is my favorite hero from DC. At one point, I was going to get the Green Lantern oath tattooed on my ribcage. Unfortunately, I found out that tattoos like that hurt a lot. So I didn't get it. Not yet, but I will one day when I'm not a bitch. But point is, it does such an interesting thing with the Green Lantern mythos. So far, it's only book one, but even this version of Hal and making Hal like kind of like a bitch a little bit, but still having this like weapon that is super duper powerful called Black Hand, and we know what Black Hand does in the main DC universe.
A lot of people don't. So real quick, the Black Hand is essentially the precursor to all that is Blackest Night. I'm making it super simple.
Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Think zombie apocalypse, but superheroes.
Yes.
Point blank.
And he is the entity or the thing that allows all that to happen through a long amount of stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it had nothing to do with the actual Black Ring, though. Isn't there a Black Ring?
Yes, he. Yeah,
that's
yes.
him. Yeah, his thing is death. That is the thing. So we've seen what Black Hand is in main story, and everything in the Absolute Universe has been a subversion, or sometimes subversion, sometimes not, but a more extreme version of what we got in the main DC continuity. So I'm very, very excited. Like I cannot express how excited I am for the new stuff because we got Hal Jordan, we got John Stewart, but Hal is Black Hand. Black Hand is traditionally a Green Lantern villain, and then we got the new chick who effectively has the Green Lantern powers. So just to see how it all ties in.
New chick is Joe Mullen, by the way.
A Joe Black Mullen. Woman.
Yeah.
She is she was introduced in Far Sector, which is a story by Jamal Campbell.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah, that's Joe Mullen. Yeah.
Dog, Far Sector is for quick shorthand. Far Sector is like if Janelle Monáe was a Green Lantern in the deep reaches of space.
I forgot the name. Yes, yeah, for sure. The name of the writer is N.K. Jemisin.
Shout out to that guy. Tag him too. That book was crazy.
Great book. And a lot of people, I remember, I'm old enough to remember y'all shitting on the book when you saw the previews, when y'all heard it was a black lesbian chick that was going to be a new Green Lantern. I remember y'all, and the book was so good, y'all had to eat fucking crow. And now she's everywhere. She's in the mainline continuity. She's in the absolute continuity. Originally, she was supposed to be an alternate universe Green Lantern, but she was so popular, they just like slid her over mainstream.
They just folded it in because it was like, all right, we can't fumble the bag twice. Yeah. But what are your thoughts on the book, Justin?
I thought it was so cool that we subverted the fact that it wasn't Hal as the hero. I tried to stay away from spoilers, but like some things did get to me. When I saw Joe on the cover, I was like, the way she was centered, I'm like, okay, she's going to be the lead, which is dope. But I didn't think that Hal was going to be like, nigga, you are the villain. And I know we all know Parallax, blah, blah, blah. I didn't think they would go that route.
Yeah. And it's
out. Go ahead.
No. Finish.
Al Ewing is like known for his almost cosmic horror. Like I said before, Immortal Hulk is one of my favorite books of all time. I think one of the greatest comics ever created. And it was a lot of horror in there. There was a lot of like tension, and you kind of didn't know what was going to happen. And he folded that into this book really well, man. I mean, there were periods of time where I was kind of afraid for everyone in the room with Hal Jordan before I knew he had a weapon. You know, and that's real skill. That's real writing. I mean, Al Ewing is a master.
Phenomenal storytelling, phenomenal pacing.
And, you know, I heard some people, you know, have some uncomfortability with the fact that the story switches back and forth between present and past. I thought it was cool. I thought it was jarring, and that's what it was supposed to do, because you show Hal Jordan carefree living his best life, and then like 2 3 days later, like scared out of his fucking mind. It makes me wonder, like, how did this happen? As that unfolds, I'm like, oh, this is kind of fucked up. And real quick, Abin Sur.
Oh, the character design, tough.
Abin Sur is usually the person that gives Green Lantern his ring. He looks usually like a benevolent kind of humanoid alien. In this, he looks like Frieza mixed with a hentai monster.
He does.
Very unnerving, very jarring, and it made me go, this is definitely the absolute universe. Shitting. Yeah.
Honestly, DC needs to scrap all their plans and just do absolute universe. That's all I want to see now. I don't care about anything else.
James Aquaman is the next one, right?
No, Aquaman is going to be regular. People thought it was going to be absolute, but no.
They haven't announced an Aquaman. They've only done Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, and Martian Manhunter. Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't done Aquaman or Cyborg. Maybe that's like a Gen 2 when they re-up on these stories.
Well, this is Gen 2. This is Wave 2. I applaud them and respect Scott Snyder, the fucking GOAT, for saying we're going to keep this very small, very focused, and creator driven because, it's showing that these characters are doing stories that they really want to fucking do, and they're putting their all into it. They're not serving a slop like other companies.
Yeah.
That's enough of me shitting on other people, though. I just want to celebrate the greatness of Absolute Green Lantern.
It's peak.
It is.
Peak cinema. It's not even cinema, but it's peak cinema.
It's so good. Guys, go read that book. It's really good. It's fun.
Read the entire Absolute run. All of them are good.
I just got DC Unlimited yesterday too, so I'm gonna tap in with the Batman, the Wonder Woman. I don't know about Superman. Yeah, and
read Superman. Read
Superman's so great. It's so
His suit is amazing. His suit is fire. But yeah, read all. I think the Mr. Freeze arc is about to start in Absolute Batman. Which that boy,
that's crazy.
Boy, you want to talk about Eldritch creature?
We're trying to keep things vague here so people read and give you a quick synopsis. But I really do suggest everyone. I've liked every single Absolute book that's come out.
It's Lovecraftian, is what it looks like. It looks like something that should be on the pages of a H.P. Lovecraft book. Either way, go read.
Yeah. We have gone over time a little bit, so I want to get into the brand new topic, Brand New Day. Spider-Man Brand New Day was announced for July 31st, 2026, which is right before a little movie called Avengers Doomsday. No, right after Avengers Doomsday and before Avengers Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I hope it has something to do with the movies and it's not just like a little stand-up. Like, I hope it's a continuation.
I'm sure it's going to connect for sure, but there's so little on this. From what I understand, and this is just rumors, they finished the contract for this movie for Tom Holland like at the 11th hour type shit. So I don't know.
Right?
What was that?
This is his last movie, right?
I don't think so. I think he's signed on for another 3. That's the rumor, but they just figured that out. So yeah.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. We have nothing to go on except for the fact that Brand New Day is a story that came after.
Go ahead, get into it.
It's just this ties into what I said about why Spider-Man has not been good in mainline for 20 years. Okay. For anyone who doesn't know, One More Day is one of the most maligned and hated stories in all of Spider-Man. I'll keep it short because I don't want to hate forever. It takes away the marriage away from
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It takes away the marriage away from Mary Jane and Spider-Man.
Talk about it.
Because Mephisto, like basically the literal devil, wants Spider-Man to suffer. My nigga. It's because these incredible artists and writers and editors at Marvel also have a weird thing where they don't want Peter Parker to grow the fuck up. I don't care what they say. I don't care how they spin it. There is a fundamental mishandling of the character, and y'all niggas need to touch some fucking grass.
Shout out to touch
every incredible story that you've given me, and I'm very appreciative of. There was a glaring problem with your Mickey Mouse, with your Batman, with your flagship hero. Let Peter Parker be a fucking man. He's bare minimum 26 years old, and you make him act like he's 19.
I mean,
what the fuck is wrong with you niggas? What the fuck are we doing? You took away a marriage from a man that's been married in his timeline roughly like 3-4 years, but they've been together for like 20 because you niggas want him to date randoms. Are you niggas not married? Do you niggas not have significant others? Do you niggas not have children and families? When the fuck are you going to grow up and let niggas just grow up too? It's okay. Superman has kids. Batman has a son. I'm pretty sure he's still like the best-selling hero in all of DC. Get the fuck out of here. What is wrong with these niggas? They're grown. They're grown. Do you want to know a book that is outselling Amazing Spider-Man right now, the mainline Spider-Man? Ultimate Spider-Man. Because he has a fucking family. What the fuck are we doing? I didn't see Goku grow up and have Gohan and say, "Oh, I can't look up to that nigga. It's a dub now." What the fuck are we doing?
I think the thing is like they don't know how to write Spider-Man other than it's the same thing with X-Men, right? Every X-Men story is related to trauma, and that's it. It's very baseline. They get something good, and then it's trauma. Spider-Man, he gets something good, and then trauma. They don't know how to write stories.
And he may not get something good. It's usually just trauma and trauma.
Yeah, it's just trauma. You know, he's just getting bent over by life for some reason. Every single story because they don't know how to write it. Other than that, which is why we keep getting it.
Well, they're emulating that with Brand New Day, because Brand New Day is the story, essentially the main story right after One More Day, where the whole universe forgets Peter Parker's Peter Parker because Aunt May almost got killed, and he needs to protect his identity, to protect the ones he loves. So
which also doesn't make sense because Tony Stark is Iron Man. Everybody knows this, and Pepper Potts is chilling.
My nigga, exactly. Exactly. Cool, whatever. I don't want to get in all that because we're starting to. I don't want to backtrack into shitting on Marvel.
You're right. My bad.
I love Marvel. They have things to do. This story is going to emulate that at least a little bit. Mm-hmm. Coming into the Brand New Day era, we did get some good villains. We got some good stories. We got Spider-Man big time, Spider Island. You know, we did get a couple. There was a couple periods of time where things were great. I hope that my hope is that they embrace Spider-Man struggling and really figuring things out without the backing of someone else. The stakes are higher because he doesn't have Stark money backing him. That's it.
Who do you think?
Real quick, because this is kind of meta too. Hearing Brand New Day, right, and all the talk about the Sadie Sink casting, what did that make y'all think of? Because the reason why I say it's meta is because we're straying away from Zendaya being MJ, not Mary Jane, but MJ in that. And now we're getting a new redhead into the Spider-Man movies. And the Brand New Day is, you know, I'm thinking maybe the Sandy Sink casting has something to do with not a Mary Jane, but another redheaded character. Who do y'all think that is after hearing the title of the new Spider-Man movie?
I think I have no idea, but you know, funny enough, there was another redhead in his life that was named Jackpot, who had powers and shit. It could be her. It could be a number of people. I don't know. They could dye her hair. She could be someone else. She could be fucking Gwen Stacy for all I know. I have no idea.
They might make her Felicia Hardy, or
yeah, they might dye her hair.
Yeah,
throw a wig on that girl. I don't know. I just know that they're gonna have him flirt with other girls and date other girls, because I will say this: Tom Brevoort, if I remember correctly, it was Tom Brevoort, one of the head editors of Marvel, if not the head editor of Marvel, said an essential component of Peter Parker's character is
to not be black.
No, that's in context.
Yeah, you laughing? That's what Justin told me.
It's crazy.
But also, he has to be dating multiple women. I'm paraphrasing.
Why?
Which is like, exactly, that's not an essential part of his character, dog. Like, I get that you love the character and you lived vicariously through him, but I should hope you have a family in your fucking 50s.
Nah, them niggas is just weird, and they don't touch grass, and they don't like women, so they're like, Peter Parker is this dude who probably wouldn't do this thing. He's a womanizer. Why?
Here's the thing, bro. It's so I'm gonna get off this topic because I'm stuck going off again. Spider-Man's Beyond the Spider-Verse is coming out June 4th, 2027.
Excited.
We actually got pictures, and you know,
we got photos. Shout out to the Prowler. Shout out to Hood Miles, yo. YN Miles. What's up?
YN Miles thugging.
YN Miles, braids and all that. Braids, Tim's, purple mask, all that.
I don't know why he's wearing anything except for black Air Forces.
Yeah, I don't know why he's wearing anything other than Tim's.
Nah, it was Jordans.
That's the nigga if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, he's a nigga for sure.
Hood Miles. Shout out. YN Miles is the title.
Also, before we get off CinemaCon, I know you're gonna have some thoughts about this, Justin. We do have the title and date for Avatar movie. You know, you've been talking about how that's
Wait,
so it's gonna be called The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender. All right, and we have a January. Yes, you heard that right. The Legend of Aang, not The Legend of Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Why? Just what are we doing? Why are we
What I say about these niggas just saying stuff for the past 5 years, bro?
So it's believed to be because Tenzin was about to be born, and that would make sure that he's not actually the last Airbender.
Dog, I
Because
don't
timeline wise,
care.
well, I'm just letting you know
Don't
the reason for the title.
care. No, I'm saying about this story. I don't.
Dave Bautista is going to be voice acting the villain, so I'm interested.
We've already gotten past this. We've already gotten past this Aang's era. We've gotten past Korra's era. Either give me avatars before Aang, or give me avatars after Korra. Push the story forward.
But you're getting both.
Huh?
You are getting both.
We are getting both, but I will say I think what Phil's trying to say is like give us that though. Like you guys have been in development for this for a long time.
For it to be the start off movie of the movies, they definitely had to go with the gang. It wouldn't.
No, they didn't. Kiyoshi has a book. Yang Chen has a book.
Yeah, but that's not going to be your start of it.
The other
you want a sure bet. You want the sure bet of people going in the theater.
We got to be fair. Like you're interested, but like the average person or the average nostalgia fan just wants to see Aang, and then that'll rope him back in for everything else. I get it. I really like to see those like Earth twins. Can y'all niggas just
give me that? Give me that story.
January 30th, 2026. That's all I gotta say about that.
Honestly, the thing was like I get the nostalgia bait. I get it. But we've gotten so much Aang Avatar stuff when he was a kid and he was coming back, and now he's a live action person, and now we're back again. We keep getting that stuff. Give us something new. And they have given us new stuff. Give us the story of Kyoshi with the dude who's an earthbender who's better than Toph, who is objectively the best earthbender Kyoshi's ever seen. Give us glass bending. Give us something.
Listen, they still have to. We have to think about money is money, dog.
No, you're right.
The business, right. If
that's facts.
They're not pulling up this money themselves. They have to go to investors and be like, "This is what we want to do." Are you going to invest on a random story in a book, or are you going to invest on one of the most popularized characters of the past 30 years? They got to do what they got to do. I know the new stories are coming. I'm with you. I want them. I would want them to hurry the fuck up, though. Like, get this out of the way.
It's been years.
Yeah, I've been joking with Desmond about how, like, I said 2 years ago, bro, I feel like they keep announcing shit and almost nothing has come out. Since then, the Avatar, the Last Airbender live action has come out, but they announced that, years ago.
And even that wasn't like they had involvement and then Netflix and them split ways. Yeah. So it's like, what was the point? Because Netflix still put out whatever product they wanted to put out.
Yeah, because they put up the money for it. They said, yeah, okay.
And I fully get making your own series and just being a filmmaker. I know how hard it is to make films, which is expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
So
it's not that deep though. I mean, we are getting the series for the Avatar at the core. So one shot movie to give people one last thing of Aang. I don't really see the big deal of it. But
I get you, bro. I get you. But I'm just giving you shit because didn't I say like 2 years ago, bro? They keep announcing shit and not doing this shit.
You're right.
Yeah, they do. They keep just saying shit. We're gonna do this soon.
All right.
When is it?
It's basically the Beyond the Spider-Verse. Those two have been pushed back and not shown anything.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, did we not give them shit for it? Was it on the first episode?
Yeah.
We gave shit for that.
Second.
Sony is the movie devil. In terms of comic movies, Sony is the devil.
For real.
Let's just say that up front. At least Avatar, they at least try to give us stuff. They try to, even though they announce it. But I'm not giving them a pass at all. I get it. I just want more from these things that I've grown up watching. I've already watched Aang grow up. I've watched his kids. I watched Tenzin be a beast, which is cool. But I don't need it again. I got it already. I got young Aang. We never got teenager Aang, which is fine.
To be fair,
okay.
I do want. Go ahead. Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
If they were going to give us something new, they should just pick it up right where the other one left off. Because there's a comic book that picks up with the rest of the story with Zuko trying to find his mom, Azula's redemption arc, Aang coming to terms with being the strongest walking fucking nuke on the planet, like him setting up the city. Like there are books and comics that do address these things.
So why would you make a movie of it then? You're just regurgitating the books.
It's not regurgitating. It's you take the book and you make the movie out of the book, which is what happens. You make the book and then you make the movie out of the book.
Right, but you want them to make a story that they already told, but you're complaining about them telling a story that you've already seen that gap in the age.
What?
You said that you don't want to see adult, and because you already seen and grow up into an adult with from Legend Avatar all the way to Korra, and then you've
Yes.
seen his sons. But you're saying that you want them to make a movie of something that's all your source material that you can go read and have for yourself. Like, what would be the point of that?
As most things have source material before you watch it.
I mean, Avatar didn't.
No,
Avatar didn't.
It didn't. You're right. It didn't. It did not.
I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to talk about how you don't like the storytelling of them being adults because you had already seen that, but you want them the movie to be something that we can just go see on our own. Like,
yeah,
read those comics.
Yes, what I'm saying is if I get anything from the Avatar universe, I would want to see a continuation of the old story where the other one left off. Because we never got that story told.
But that's already there, though.
I'm saying if I got anything from it.
Well, we have to be we have to be fair to them. Like I said before, it's a business, and they want to get in new fans and old. So the best thing to do is to bridge the gap with a fan that we've seen in a different era. I mean, at the end of the day, even though we grew up with this stuff, new people get to watch it. I'm sure there was a whole bunch of people that had gripes about Dragon Ball Z when it was coming out, still focusing on Goku when Gohan was right there. But we were younger watching the fuck out of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. New generations get to enjoy the same things that old ones do.
That's fair. That's fair. That is a fair point. I'm just the old man.
That's a better way to put it. That's a better way to put it, Justin.
Yeah. Nah, fuck that story. Sorry. Last one.
Let's talk about these Crunchyroll awards. Desmond, take off, bro.
All right, so today we had the live stream for the Crunchyroll Awards. It's going to be streaming on May 25th in Tokyo. We got a couple categories that we want to try to debate to see who we think is going to win. We'll do more, off camera or just in different episodes because there's so many of them, really. But to kick off, we have Best Action and Anime. We have Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War. More specifically, the conflict season. I believe that's the third season of it, and not the one that just went. Dandanon. We have Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc with the peak last episode, but everything else before that was kind of not really. Yeah, we got Kaiju number 8. First Action. That's definitely up there. Solo Leveling season 1, to be specific, and Windbreaker.
Okay. Can I say real quick? I'm surprised the only thing I didn't see in there was Windbreaker. I'm very surprised. I watched a lot of anime this year.
Windbreaker was they was throwing them bitches. They was throwing hands. It was the choreography, fight choreography. Some of the best I've ever seen.
Hand to hand.
Just hands. Yeah. No powers. Just straight. Just throwing them bitches. Physics don't make sense. Physics don't exist in this world, and damage doesn't exist either. Because I don't know if anybody's ever been in a real fight, but if you get punched in the face like 4 times in a row, you're not getting up and power friendship. No, bitch, your face is swollen.
Yeah, you got some.
Unless you're a trained professional MMA fighter, and even then, one good hit on the chin, you go to sleep. But I digress.
Most people will go with Solo Leveling off rip, but I think Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War is going to get this one.
I mean, it was real good. 1,000-Year Blood War kept giving us banger after banger.
Yeah.
Kaiju number 8 was so good though.
I'm surprised I didn't see One Piece on there, but I guess it's been winning for so long,
One Piece isn't really known for their crazy action scenes, by the way. They've stepped it up since 2019 after they hit the Wano arc and got the new animation team. But the best parts of One Piece are a climactic, final hit in the battle. Because it's kind of like your willpower, your idea versus mine, your dream versus mine. The choreography is never that crazy.
Yes, everything. I guess I'm biased because I love a good speed blitz in anime. When somebody's just looking at something and then they oh shit, you're right in front of me. Yeah, love that. But which one do you think?
Fuck out of Lucci when he went Gear 5.
Boy, let me tell you what. I stopped everything I was doing to watch that. I was at work. I went to the back. My friend Ryan showed it to me. Shout out to Ryan Langan. He showed it to me. I stopped what I was doing. I sat down and was like, "This is amazing. This is beautiful."
Yeah. But that's not one of the. It's not one of the things. I would for best action. I guess consistently, I'd have to go Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War.
Yeah, that's two. That's two for Bleach.
I say Bleach is my favorite anime. I say Bleach. Bleach.
Yeah. If it was this last season of Solo Leveling, then it'd be kind of close. But Bleach got that one.
Bleach, no diff.
Yeah, no low difficulty with that one. I guess I didn't expect us to all agree on that one, but we got best character design. Far as overall, people in the show, we got Dandadan, the Delicious in Dungeon. I've never heard of that one, but I'm gonna have to check it out tonight.
Can I pause you real quick? Delicious in Dungeon is like the Great British Baking Show. If it was a D&D campaign, if that D&D campaign was anime,
for sure.
All right,
that's how I describe it.
We got Kaiju number 8, which this new season character design looks better than the last one that we got. Mm-hmm. But Solo Leveling and I'm sorry. After Delicious Dungeons, I was reading off Best Action again. We have Demon Slayer, Fearin', Kaiju number 8, and the Apocalypse Diaries.
I will say, I have not finished So No Frieren, but I'm at episode 8. Apparently, episode 9 is where shit turns up. Don't spoil things for me, please. I know I'm late.
It's 10.
Every character design I've seen has been very good.
Yeah.
Very good. I think the only thing that could maybe rival it as far as uniqueness would go Dandadan.
Yeah.
But and I'm saying this as the person who loves Dandadan more than anything else on this list. Mm-hmm. The sheer amount of really cool character designs, I'd have to give it to So.
Are we going to get a sweep again? Because I'm going Fearin' too. I'm going Fearin'.
Okay, I'm surprised. Okay.
Wait, what did you say, Justin?
So No Frieren.
Frieren. I give Frieren as well.
Damn, we sweeping?
The world felt, or at least like my reason behind it is because we never seen a fantasy anime after they win. We never see that. Yeah. So we never see the effects that they have on the world. We never see like, all right, cool, we froze this dude 20 years ago. Now we got to go finish him because he's going to unthaw.
Well, what about the way they look, though, my nigga? What about the drip?
The design wise,
that's what I'm saying. Like with the design wise, and we saw the character designs grow over time. We saw the characters change the way that they dress. We saw the world change the way that it dressed because we got a 20 to 40 year jump.
Word.
Yeah. Damn, so another sweet. Basically, Fearin' is basically Game of Thrones, but the anime. Like, you have a young man Stark who slays a dragon like this, and it's just amazing.
I will say, as a person that has been slogging through these, I've started watching it a year ago, and the first 4 episodes were slow. Mm-hmm. And one of my close friends told me, "Yo, just get to episode 9." I got to episode 8. I'm like, man, this is kind of tough.
It's episode 8 is when she tells Chick to off herself.
I believe so. It's been months since I watched it. I know that the episode
with the scales. They call her Frieren the Slayer. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, this still isn't exciting, bro. He's like, 9. Trust me.
You gotta do this.
Okay. And then apparently it gets crazy after that. I take his word for it. I'm gonna get to it.
So good. It's so good.
But I'm not tripping and thinking that, right? It's not just me.
Nah.
No, it does start fairly slow.
Right.
But it needs to set up the world. But once the world gets going, it goes.
Okay, cool, man. I'm gonna be here for the ride.
Yeah.
And then
were you at the part where she was in the dungeon with the demon?
Bro, it's been months. And the episodes were not hitting.
Okay, my bad.
I would just restart it and then just go from there.
Bro, I'm not a rewatcher. Really I'm telling you, I'm almost everything that I've watched. I maybe rewatched a clip. I don't rewatch series. There's only one thing I constantly.
If you don't remember episode 8, though, that's what I'm saying. Start at 8 and then go from there.
Yeah,
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next topic? I mean,
Goddamn, we're running kind of through these. I thought we would, I didn't expect sweeps, but best main character, we got Fearin, we got Kafka from Kaiju number 8, uh, Okuran from Dandanan, Monomo from Pakari Diaries, Momo from Dandanan, so 2 for Dandanan, and Sun Drip Rule.
Sun Drip, my goat.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sweeping this one. I am picking Fearin as the best main character.
Oh, we're definitely not sweeping that. We're definitely sweeping that.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm picking.
I like her as a main character, but she's bold. She's kind of boring.
That's the point, though, because she's lived for so long and she's got studied under the greatest mage of them all to learn how to repress her. No, I'm just saying. For me, that's why I like her as a good main character, is because it's like the opposite of like shown in MCs. They're usually mad, hyper mad. It's just
that's fair.
Yeah, I like the switch up.
Okay, Justin, who do you think?
I mean, I love Kafka. I love Kafka. I'm the same age as Kafka now. I'm 32.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
that's us. Kafka.
Yeah, I started reading him when in my 20s. Like, wow, I like an older character. Now I'm that older nigga.
I am the old character.
Okaroon. He's so adorable. I just want to give him a hug. I love that guy.
I would talk aliens with him, I would talk aliens with the homie.
Yeah, there's one guy I want to have a beer with and one guy I want to give a hug and ask him if he needs a ride home so I can tell his parents that he's raised a good kid.
Best main character. Who's your favorite?
No. My favorite, the one I'm going to say Kafka.
So all three different. Okay. I did want to give it the Sun Drip Ooh, but I couldn't. Do it.
Why Kafka?
I think Kafka represents. I love my life. I'm gonna twist it. I genuinely love my life. I love my career. I love my family. If in another reality I was not able to achieve my career, or I wasn't able to pass the board exams or whatever, like Kafka, I think it would be incredibly hard for me to try again. For him to have the resiliency to try over and over again, year by year, and then get a lucky break. And then some people get lucky, right? Some people get an opportunity and they kind of just rest on their laurels. I see this guy consistently in the show and in the manga push it all to the limits because he sees how valuable that this chance is. Yeah, not everyone is that awesome. Not everyone is that determined. Some people get what they want and they're like, "Oh, I'm good."
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's good enough. He is relatable in a sense of like living with your regrets. Like, should I have waited this long to actually try one more time? Like, what if I'm at the the gold mine of digging right before it and I just stopped and it was literally like one more chunk away. So it's relatable in that sense.
And he's a good fucking
30-year-olds.
Yeah. And especially 30-year-olds. And he's a good fucking guy. He's been put through the shitter. Like he was literally cleaning up shit for a living. You know what I mean? Literally. People were laughing him saying he was a joke. And he's just so good natured and really cares about people still. He could have been a hardened jerk off, an asshole. But instead he decided to use his powers for genuine good. Not everyone's gonna do that. I like that.
That's fair.
So you never really had to argue Sandra Rue though. Like the world knows him as
y'all know who my answer is.
Yeah.
Y'all know who my answer is. Sandra Rue. It's my goat.
Now why? Why though?
So short, simple, right? He is somebody who did not have natural talent or natural affinity for anything. I am the same way. I don't have natural ability. All the talented things that I have, I got through literally being in the basement, leveling up, going through the steps. There will be times with me. What'd you say, Desmond?
I said the attic.
The attic, being an attic, dog. There were so many times when I was like trying to be a dancer or whatever the fuck. Me and Quincy would be going back and forth, practicing moves, learning shit. Keep going, and we keep pushing each other, and we keep trying to get better. And I feel like with Sun Drip Woo, that was obviously his thing was leveling up consistently over and over and over again. But his goal was still altruistic. The only reason he wanted to level up was so he could find and get money for his mother's treatment. The only reason he wanted to keep leveling up is because he needed to find a way to get her out of the sleep, even though there was no cure for her. He was like, I need to do this. So I got to provide for my sister who's still in school and my mom who is in a coma, and I'm the only breadwinner. And if I don't do it, it don't happen. I relate to that on a spiritual level. But ultimately, it's like he wanted to get to a place, so he worked and grinded. And yes, he was provided an opportunity, but he could have got the bag and fumbled it. Same thing with Kafka. He could have got it and just been like, fuck it, I'm a kaiju now, and that's it. But he didn't. And Sun Drip Wu, like, he got it and kept going. Consistent.
Real quick with Sun Drip Wu too. The reason why I like his character dynamic is because once he got to Shadow Monarch, light spoilers, I forgot who he was fighting, but in the profession that they're in, they're like, you could get addicted to killing the gate, beast. And Sun Drip Wu wasn't really like that. He was like, I can care less about how many of them I kill or whatever. He just wanted, like you said, to cure his mom, and he was so driven with that purpose. He didn't let the fact that he could have a shadow army of shadow people, something like that will corrupt, like you say, power corrupts. Absolute power always corrupts, or however you said it. I always hated that saying because I feel like damn, like, is that really always true though?
I don't think power corrupts absolutely. I think power exposes who you really are.
There we go.
And I feel like in that sense, he got power and he could have turned into a villain instantly. Because now, currently at the end of season 2, he has enough power to take over Korea or take over Japan. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. But he doesn't.
I do want to interject. He is definitely getting corrupted.
Is he?
Let me break this down.
Hit me with it.
So the story of solo leveling in the manhwa, there's definitely periods of time where he takes it a little too far compared to what they show us in the anime.
I've read the manhwa, so I know what you're talking about. There are some moments that do go a little left.
He's definitely more dark. He's definitely a little bit more ruthless, and definitely more despondent about human emotion in the manhwa. For example, I'm gonna use the best example I can think of. In the manhwa, there's going to be spoilers for the end of season 2, guys. When the healer dies, there is no whisper from the healer to use me. No,
he just did it.
He just did it, and the healer was resisting because he didn't like being resurrected.
No consent. There was no consent.
There was no consent. For real. No means no, unless you're Sun Drip Wu, apparently. So the hunters are actively saying, this is disgusting. Stop. And he's like, no. And he tries to resurrect him again. And his soul is resisting it, like, yo, stop. I don't want this. Like, it's Ben Roethlisberger in Hunter version. You know what I'm saying? And
crazy.
That's what happens. He resists him twice and he still keeps going. And the third time, he's not strong enough, and then he uses his corpse.
Yeah, that's crazy.
His corpse to do whatever he wants. Uses his body to do what he wants with, which is to heal. He heals his homegirl, and then discards her. Not really because not because he feels like it's wrong, because everyone was bitching about it. Am I incorrect in that, Phil?
No, you are right. The manhwa does do that's the original source material. And in the anime, they did change it to paint him in a better light.
But I hear even the light novel changes from all 3 of them. It's like 3 different.
I think the light novel might have been the original, but I forget. Regardless, the one that's most famous is the manhwa in the anime now.
That moment, I give you that. That was not.
That's fair. No, I'm glad you added that because
he could have done. But the other stuff that I said that I mentioned, yes, he was trying to be altruistic in that goal
for sure.
And hold on. And the only reason he pushed as hard as he did to resurrect the dude was because Shorty was about to die.
She was.
He was. He trying to breed her. That's why he was trying to get her alive.
He was. He said, "I like shit and I want you. I'm gonna
He
keep."
definitely does like her. I don't want to like make this whole creative writing course, but the parallels between like him being corrupted slowly, because in the manga he's definitely getting more corrupted and a little darker and a little bit more willing to do whatever it takes to get more powerful, relates to a lot of the power structure in Korea. You know, a lot of people come up poor. There is a very vast wealth disparity in Korea, like many other countries, but more noticeable there. And you see Koreans, and this is what they say. I don't live there, so I don't really know. Say people start become a little bit more despondent to other people. They want to level up in the world, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get up to another level, to a point where they disregard other people and they do it solo.
Mm.
So a lot of
for real.
a lot of media is related to how people absorb the world around them. A Korean person looking at the way that people move up in the world in Korea, this is a fantastical way of doing that.
I don't think it's to go to the social economics of it all. I don't think that is specifically a Korean thing. I think
No.
that is a thing that exists in communities that don't get the most or don't get a lot.
Now he said it was other people, but the parallels you can't really ignore that though.
No. I'm not saying that at all. Just a broader conversation of it, especially within the Black community. I feel like that is a thing that happens a lot. You'll have somebody that'll get to a certain point, and then they turn their back on everybody that got them there, or they start to behave differently, as if they're not Black, and they separate themselves from their Blackness, and they feel like that they are other, and they treat themselves as other because they feel like I got here on my own merit.
Like Kanye. This is a full circle moment right here.
That's what I was alluding to. But yes, it very much is but that's pretty much stop it.
Yo, don't hum that, bro. Nah.
But it is quite literally an example of the thing that Justin just mentioned. With that, I get here, I'm no longer like y'all niggas down there. I'm different now. But it's like, no, you're still a nigga, dog. You're still one. If this was the 1940s, you be out there in the field with us too. You be outside with us too. You got coming through the back just like us. You can only use the dirty water fountain too. You don't get special privileges just because you think you're other.
Yeah, I think it also relates to the fact that, you know, a lot of, you know, good intentions. The road to hell is built with good intentions. You know, he wanted to help his mom. Sometimes we get so caught up in trying to do what's best for the ones we love, we start hurting everyone around us.
Yeah. However, I will say, given where the manhwa goes, I can understand why it gets a little darker, because that shows character progression.
And he's a vessel.
And being this light, innocent character and having to make the hard choice. I still don't think power corrupts, absolutely. I still think it just exposes who you are on a deep fundamental level, because even in that, he still chose the decision. I'm not going to spoil anything, but he still made a decision that wasn't rooted in self. He made a decision that was good for the whole of everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, just and you know, you've read the end of the manhwa, right?
No, I have not read the end of the manhwa.
Got you. Not going to spoil anything, but the decision that he makes is not for his self.
Okay.
Yeah. So that, but I do see what you're saying. Where right now, yeah, that was a bad call. I mean, I don't know if it was a bad call or not. It's hard to judge because he was like, "Yo, Shorty about to die," and
the way that he does it, that's really crazy.
Yeah.
Because no one really understands his power, so he's just doing some foul shit in front of him. And niggas is like, "What is you on, bro?
Yeah, what are you doing, dog?"
He was just like acting like a human for 10 seconds and was like, "I have to resurrect him, otherwise she dies." Like, really breaks it down, which he could have done. It wouldn't have happened like that, but he's become so used to doing things by himself in the coldest way possible that it shows him shedding his humanity even in front of other humans, which is kind of nuts.
We gotta do these other categories in the after show, because I didn't expect this to come from that, but that was perfect. Like that was nice.
Yeah, I mean, we still got more categories, which we can get into the after show, or just next time we jump on the pod, we can have a section specifically for the next categories.
So I did want to talk about how like that the way that the season ends, they go to Jeju Island. Um, a wise man once said, "Why the fuck would you go to that island?" And guys, that was another great
Yo, bro.
episode of
Come
Dots and
on, man.
Lines. Thank you very much.
God.
No, still no. We didn't do the. We
And I
didn't do
gotta
the. We didn't
ask
do the
you,
recommendations.
I
I
gotta
got a
ask you guys,
recommendation.
what are your recommendations?
Recommendations. Justin, go first. Recommendations.
I
My
segment wild,
recommendation.
bro.
Hold
Crazy.
on, I'll go on mute for like half a second so you can hear me rummaging through my shit. Someone else go first.
All right. Like I said before, I just recently downloaded DC Unlimited, and I'm starting to favorite things before I read them. And now I'm going to start reading Nightwing 78 to 100. So that's Tom Taylor's Nightwing. There we go, my boy Dick. Like I said in the last episode, man, that's going to be the first comic that I read as far as DC on my own, man. Yes, the Dick omnibus. So go read Nightwing main series 78 to 100.
Okay, I have two things. One, old school anime I have been rewatching, which is absolutely goated. Yu Yu Hakusho. I got on my Karama
Facts,
shit right
facts,
now.
facts.
Shout out to the boy, original soft boy,
Original soft boy.
original soft boy, Vine Whip, all that shit, type shit, Two, there's a new anime on Crunchyroll called Sword of the Demon Hunter. First episode is an hour long.
Oh, I'm putting that on there now.
It's a banger. When I tell you it's a banger of an episode, it's a banger. So good.
That's Sword of the Demon King?
Sword of the Demon Hunter.
Hunter.
Is so good. I cannot express how much I like this show.
That is new?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. If you're on Amazon Prime, it's on like High Dive or something like that. The same people that made Made in Abyss, or same channel that manages Made in Abyss.
Okay.
Made in Abyss is another one.
That's a good show.
You watched all of it?
No, just the first season.
It's so fucked. That the second season is so fucked up.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's absolute peak.
Damn, I don't see it.
You typed in the whole thing. You might have to type in the whole thing.
You got to give it to him after, bro. You got to send him the link. Stop gatekeeping.
Yeah. I'll send you a link. Justin.
I mean, I think it's obvious.
Yes, sir.
Absolute Green Lantern. It's so good, guys. Please go read this. Listen, I'm a huge Al Ewing fan. He keeps coming to New York Comic Con and walks around like a fucking nigga. I need your autograph. Stop playing around and go to a booth, okay? I'm tired of this shit. He keeps walking around, just floating around. It's like, is that Al Ewing?
Let him aura form.
I'm tired of that shit, nigga. Go to a booth.
Let that boy cook.
I have a picture of him taking an interview from the guys from Comic Pals. Shout out to them. Awesome people. I met them too. They're really cool. And someone said, yeah, he's going to be signing over in such and such in like 15 minutes. I went there. That nigga was nowhere to be found.
Yeah. He just be flowing. He do what he want to do.
I love him. I love so much of what he's done. He's written one of my favorite books of all time. But I also want to say I got issue 1, not only the main cover, but I got the variant cover by Esad Ribic.
Ooh.
That's
Green Lantern too?
Wait.
Yeah.
Who's that on the cover?
What you mean?
I can't see. Who is that on the cover?
That's Joe Mullen, nigga.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
We'll look that up to see that full 4K. The fuck?
And I'll edit it in the.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna see that.
I got 2 covers. I'm gonna get this. Listen, that's nigga. Al Ewing, hear me out, bro. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how much money you making. You're gonna sign my book. You're gonna sign my book.
That's the line. We're gonna get the VIP pass one of these years. Yeah.
Boy, that shit is tough.
Yes.
Who drew that?
Esad Ribic.
Get that nigga a raise.
Yeah. It's the same artist from Secret Wars.
Oh my god. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Oh my god. That's gonna be my new background on my phone for the next 12 months. Okay. That shit is tough.
Yeah. We're glazing. Okay, bye guys.